What's going on, you guys? It is your girl Didi, and welcome to Dirty Dishes with Didi. I am your host, Deange Delgado, and for these episodes, we're gonna go ahead and tap into my Latin culture. If you guys did not know, I am 100% Colombian. My dad is Caleño, which means that he's from Cali, and my mom's from Medellin. I honestly love being Colombian, to be honest. I love being Spanish. I love tapping into my roots. If you guys did not know, I also love to cook. So I decided, why not make this channel all about cooking and also tapping into, adding a little spice, a little razzle dazzle. So of course, for today's episode, we are tapping into Colombian food. There are many different significant dishes that come from my country, but one main thing is the appetizers. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with that. If you guys did not know, when you go to any type of Colombian restaurant, the main appetizer, you can either get empanadas, buñuelos, pan de hornos, but the main thing people do like to order is tostones with chicharrón and guacamole. And that's exactly what we're gonna make today. So for my setup here, I obviously have all of the ingredients. We have the avocados, we have the red onions. Make sure when you're making guacamole, it's not with the white onions, it's definitely always with the red ones. We have our tomatoes, our limes, can't forget that. We have the cilantro, and for the tostones, we have the green plantains. Now, there is a difference. You can either have the yellow ones or you can have the green ones. For the yellow ones, they're more of a sweeter kind. For the tostones are the ones to be fried. And of course, for our main part of the dish, it is the chicharrón. If you guys don't know what chicharrón, it's basically fried pork. Not a lot of people like it, but us Colombians, we definitely love it and we cannot live without it. So let's get started. So first, we're gonna start cutting up the avocado. A lot of people like to do this step a little bit differently, whether they like to start off with the tomatoes, lime, it really doesn't matter. For me, it's just easier to start off with the avocado. So I like to add at least 2 avocados to make it more than enough. And also a lot of people do like to smash the avocados or like make the guac like on the cutting table. I'm not like that. Once again, I like to do things a little bit differently. Now we're just gonna put that aside, and now we're gonna cut the tomatoes. And you know what's so crazy? I really don't know why this is such a main dish. I really think it's more of like the chicharrón part that people do love. I would say tostones and maduros are a very big thing when it comes to our culture. We do like a lot of fried things, definitely. But normally for an appetizer, like I said, you would normally either have this dish or, like I said, empanadas, which is, once again, it's fried. I don't know if it's like dough. Grandma really calls it masa. I know one thing about me is I am a Spanglish mommy, okay? I will say some things in Spanish and I'll go ahead and say some things in English if I don't know how to say it in English. Chicharrón very much reminds me of my grandma. My grandma, first of all, she is the sweetest lady in the world. And she loves fried food. And when we take her to go eat Colombian food, she always gets like the fried fish. But chicharrón is like one of her favorite dishes. Anything that can help me tap into my family, my roots is always like my go-to. And honestly, this is like the perfect starter if you're having like a get-together or a party. It's not too time-consuming, and you're basically just kind of just like frying everything, and it probably takes like a good maybe like 10 to 20 minutes tops. So, I mean, right now it's taking a little bit longer because, I'm talking to you guys, but aside from that, it's very, very fast. So we have already. Now we're gonna go ahead and start with the onion. I'm not gonna put too much onion in here because I also don't want it to be overpowering. So right now we have the onions, the tomatoes, and the avocado. Now we're just gonna cut up the cilantro. And some people don't even like to put cilantro in it. And if you wanna add a little kick to it, you can add like a spicy red salsa, or if you don't even wanna do that, you can do jalapenos, which tastes so good. Hold on, wait a second. Oh, she's a Latina mommy. She's a whole wifey, okay? That looks really cute, actually. Shout out to me. Okay, so we have all that. Now we're gonna cut up the lime. We're just gonna smother this bad boy in lime because you can never go wrong with too much lime when it comes to guacamole. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. My mouth is watering. Just gonna mix everything together. Okay guys, so after I mixed everything, this is what your guac should look like. Chef's kiss. So now you're gonna go ahead and add salt and pepper to taste. It's literally all up to you. You can use the pink salt, you can use garlic salt, whatever you like to your, standards. Right now, I'm just gonna go in just like with some regular salt, nothing too crazy. And then also, like I said, it depends how limey you like it. I like mine to be limey. And I don't measure things. I honestly just buy it. And then if it becomes too salty, then you know what? I'm just gonna have to take a visit to the doctor's office for my cholesterol because that's just that on that. So mix that up, let's see. Okay. Okay, we can add a little bit more. And then also, it needs a little bit more lime. Wow, this looks so good. And I'm not even gonna hold you guys. I had to. Listen, you guys don't have to, but I will, okay? That's one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna suck on the lime for a little bit. Yeah. Okay, now I feel like this should be really good. Let's give it one more taste test. That right there, amazing. Also, if you guys didn't know, quick little trick. The seed of the avocado, you put it in the bowl and it actually stops it from going brown. Quick little tip of the day. Now, we're just gonna go ahead and put this aside. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off this cutting board and then we're gonna get into the tostones. Okay guys, so now that I cleaned off the cutting board, now we're gonna get into the tostones. These are sometimes a little bit rough to peel off, so just have patience, okay, because it's gonna come off. So what I like to do is I cut the ends off first, and then I like to slice it where the lines are, so it'll just be easier to like cut open. But don't go too deep because you also don't want to cut into the plantain. But yeah, so like I said, the green plantains are a little bit more, I wouldn't say they're not that sweet. They're meant to be fried. And then the yellow ones are a little bit more sweet and we call those maduros. Okay, so now that we have them looking bald, I like to cut mines diagonal. I don't know if that's honestly the way that you're supposed to cut them, but I've literally watched my grandma and my mom do this all the time. So I just feel like it's easier that after you do fry these, you only fry them halfway and then you end up smashing them. Then you refry them to make them a little bit more tasteful. So like I said, I'm gonna cut these diagonal before I do that. Okay, now that we have those tostones aside, we are going to cut up the chicharrón now. So like I said, this is pork. A lot of people like it, a lot of people don't. Us Colombians, we love chicharrón, honestly. So this is what it looks like. You can either buy it too, like in like chip form. A lot of people do that as well. I do not like to do that because I just feel like it's a little bit more fried and I feel like you're kind of getting like the skin. And then since this is already kind of like pre-cooked, we just have to put them on the pan, refry it a little bit, and then it'll just be so good. All right, now we have the chicharron bites over here, and now we have the tostones. So now I'm gonna go ahead and fry them, and yeah, I'll be right back. All right, guys, so this is what the finished product looks like. These are the tostones, and this is the chicharron in the middle once again. So this is how I like to eat mine. You grab toston. First of all, look how cute she is. A moment for the toston. Okay, and we're gonna put some guac on top. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. And then after that, you're just gonna add a chicharron on top. And bon appetit. Oh my God. I feel like I am literally at any Colombian restaurant, and this feels and tastes amazing. This is literally the perfect appetizer for any party, any little get together. Super simple, not that time consuming. So make sure to tune in to any more Latina recipes that I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys. I will see you guys in the next episode.